Everything comes to he who waits, and I've been waiting for this film for a long time. Yeah, probably should have stayed waiting, to be honest. Hello YouTube, Ash here, and welcome to another episode of Precious Talks. Today I'm doing a movie review, and this time I will be reviewing Hellboy. So this is the third movie starring Hellboy. However, this is not directed by Guillermo del Toro, who directed the previous two. This one's directed by Neil Marshall, and also it doesn't star Ron Perlman. He, in fact, has been replaced by David Harbour, who was in Stranger Things. And it also stars Mila Jovovich. So is this a hell of a time, or is it a hell of a crime? So the plot of the film, Hellboy is the world's best paranormal investigator. However, in his latest case, he crosses paths with Mila Jovovich's character, the Blood Queen. She's a legendary witch who was defeated in ancient times by King Arthur. Now he needs to stop her before she unleashes a plague that will wipe out humanity. And that's the plot. So by now I think everyone's heard how bad this film, let's put it that way, it's been compared to Fantastic and Catwoman and every really bad comic book movie. This was in my top 10 films of the year. In fact, this was quite high because I was really looking forward to it, because unlike a lot of people, I dug the trailer. Now, after seeing the film, I have to say this: it's not as bad as a lot of people have made it out to be. I don't know why I'm talking like this. Saying that, it's not a good film. It's an okay-ish film. Now, there were a few things I liked, and there were a few things I definitely didn't like. What I did like was definitely David Harbour as Hellboy. I liked the character as Hellboy, and I liked his portrayal of Hellboy. I thought he had some really funny one-liners. I thought he was very charismatic, and he was funny and a jackass at times. And I did like his performance, and I liked the costume, and I liked the practical makeup and all that. So Hellboy for me was good, and I think if you put this Hellboy in the Guillermo del Toro movies, you would say he was a good character. So I don't think anyone should say anything bad about David Harbour. He was definitely the strongest part of this film. And it's not just Hellboy's makeup which is good. I like the practical effects in the whole film. The characters, when they're practical, look really good. Also, I did kind of like the story. Now, not the script. I'll get in that later. But the story itself, I enjoyed it. I like the mythology about Hellboy, which you've seen in the other films, but here's sort of a different take. I liked the relationship between him and Ian McShane, which is his father. And I liked the whole Blood Queen storyline. I thought that was interesting. I think lots of other videos have mentioned what they didn't like, so I don't really want to repeat, and I don't want to really get into a rant. As I said, I didn't hate this as much as a lot of people. But boy, oh boy, the worst bloody thing in this film was the editing during the action scenes. Really, there were at times I was going like this. The editing during the action scenes is so fast and so, cut, where you hardly can tell what's going on, and literally my eyes were hurting trying to figure out what's going on. If they had proper, better shot or edited action scenes, I think this film would have been much better, in my opinion. I said I didn't hate it as much as other people, but those action scenes, oh, they drove me so crazy. They really did. That was the biggest issue I have with this film. Also, I think Mila Jovovich was miscast. Now, I like her in The Fifth Elephant. The Fifth Element. The Fifth Elephant is a book by Terry Pratchett, which is very good in a Discworld series, so you should definitely check that out. But yeah, getting back to her, I liked her in The Fifth Element. I liked her in that film with Bruce Willis, and but here she isn't really menacing enough to be the big bad. Also, I just want to applaud this film for having a crossover with Ninja Turtles. Now, they didn't get one of the big characters, but they got Bebop from Ninja Turtles to be in this film, and that was really fantastic. Yeah, it's not true, but he definitely looks like Bebop. I actually enjoyed him. He's quite funny. Now, I mentioned it before, but now let's get into it. The script wasn't really that good. The main thing is it had pacing issues, where something cool's happening and then let's stop, let's do a flashback and a bit of exposition. something cool happened, another flashback, more expedition. You know, there's no flow. You know, you just wanted it to keep going. Do all these flashbacks at the start of the film, set up the film, and then let's just go full steam ahead. Also, the ending. I didn't like the ending. I thought it should have been bigger, should have been a better, more epicness. So yeah, I didn't really like the ending where in a couple of minutes, boom, it's over. Also, thinking about it, I did like the little reference to other characters which we know and love, and some that we don't know, but because I've read a couple of the comics, I know who they are. So I did like that. And another thing I didn't really like were the CGI and special effects. Now, the practical effects I mentioned were good. The special effects were really bad. You know, they looked like PS2 special effects. Especially there's this one scene, which you kind of saw in the second trailer, where Hellboy is on a dragon. Yeah, the full scene is really bad, the special effects. And going on what other people said about it being too violent and too bloody just to be bloody, I didn't mind it. Okay, you know, it's just people getting ripped up and that. But, you know, I'm squeamish. I don't like a lot of blood and gore, but I didn't really mind it. So I think people are being too hard on it for that issue. So before I give you my final rating, let me know in the comments down below, what did you think of the new Hellboy? Is it as bad as people say, or did you like it more? Let me know down below and let's talk about it. So in conclusion, I will give this film a 2.5 out of 5. It's definitely not as bad as people say, at least in my opinion. However, it's not as good as the other Hellboy films. For me, it's more of a meh film, a wasted opportunity, because the character is really good. You know, I don't regret watching it, but I might even watch it again, but definitely not for those action scenes. Those were really bad. So yeah, for me it was just, it was an okay film, you know, pretty average, and that's why I'm going to give it my middle score. So that's it. I want to thank you all for watching this video. I've been Ash. If you did like it, hit that like button, and also if you're new to the channel and like what you've seen, I do movie reviews, trailer reactions, top 10s, and all that, so consider hitting that subscribe button, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.